So municipalities across North America are facing a significant infrastructure challenge. We've got a lot of old infrastructure assets that were built in the 50s and 60s that are now coming to the end of their life. And not just are they coming to the end of their life, but that problem is being compounded by a number of other factors. We're seeing high growth in communities, a lot of demand and more people moving into communities. We're seeing climate change affecting these infrastructure owners pretty drastically. That's putting more pressures on the system. The funding model around how municipalities are funding their infrastructure is also causing chaos. The problem that municipalities are trying to solve on their infrastructure front is getting harder and harder. People are wanting lower and lower taxes. We're all experiencing challenges on paying for things. So the public perception is that we need to be paying less in taxes, but also we want more services at a time when services and infrastructure is more expensive to deliver than it ever was before. Housing is a very important part of the community, and are we having the right infrastructure systems in place to deliver the housing solutions that we need? It's a worry that a lot of infrastructure owners have got. It's a worry that a lot of municipalities have got. Are our infrastructure systems ready to deal with a lot of this housing that we need to accommodate? And a lot of that does fall to the local government and the municipal level. It's a problem that's not often well understood at a municipal level, but it's also particularly not understood at a community level. So communities can be resistant to densification. They can be resistant to infills and development that wants to be done. But at a time when we're dealing with very big challenges in our infrastructure system, how do we try and reduce costs and spend our money more effectively and use the resources that we've already got to try and make those services go a bit further? And densification through infills and things like that is a great way of using our existing core infrastructure systems with potentially relatively minor upgrades whilst accommodating the housing challenges that we're dealing with and supporting more housing development. I think the expectations that a lot of senior levels of government have, be it federal, national, provincial and state governments, is that the infrastructure systems at a local level are ready, that they're ready to just go and flip on and build more houses and adapt and accommodate all these new houses that we need to build. Some of the housing forecasts are very, very aggressive at a local level. A lot of municipalities don't have the data and don't have the knowledge to be able to say whether or not their systems do or don't have the space to accommodate these things. And that is really making municipalities very nervous. So how do we try and give more municipalities certainty around where their infrastructure systems are at, what new infrastructure needs to be put in place, and do we have the right funding mechanisms to look after that infrastructure once it is in place, not just for today, but for the future generations. So helping municipalities understand these infrastructure problems and how it fits into the housing puzzle is a really important step that everyone needs to go through.